Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of The 12, our epic campaign of discovery and adventure across the continent of Corvair. This story takes place or streams live on Sundays at 6 p.m. Central here on Javelin Entertainment, and if you missed the last session, you can check the channel page or click the link down in the description, and we'll go ahead and get started here.
Last time, the townsfolk of Capeview had been gathered together by the toll of the bell, and rumors began to spread about dark creatures of the night. Lady Lydia brought the townsfolk into the keep for safety as half of the party waited out the storm for the night. Back in the bubble, Roland and Clyde began to attack two large werewolves who retreated into the rain with the body, leaving them to wait on the night out the night alone. With the light of the sun upon them, they traveled with their new cart back to Capeview to meet up with the others. There, Lady Lydia promised the people she would go get to the bottom of this disturbance and asked the party to join her. They guided Lydia and the guards back to the farm, and Roland picked up a trail that led into the forest and towards some old ruins. Guards began disappearing, and screams rang out through the forest as some of the female town guards were revealed to be the werewolves, and an ambush was launched at the party. Sindri and Cade were caught away from the others, but they seemed to have the upper hand until Lydia herself shifted into a wolf creature and carved into Boko, nearly killing him. Other heavy wounds were sustained, but they started to cut down the pack. Jasira felled one beast, but found her soul harvesting magic unresponsive. Clyde was able to keep Roland safe, but suffered an awful wound. Greta, finally in the thick of the fight, grabbed Boko to bring him out and off to safety. Theschault then cut into Lydia's beastial form, leaving a bleeding gash and causing the creature to flee. Roland began pushing those that were still able to fight after the retreating beast. Where is the fleeing creature headed? Will the wounded make it back to safety? And what is truly going on in this village? Let's tune in and find out.
So, oh goodness, I just saw the chat, that killed me. As Sindri and Cade are rushing up, Theschault has come over to tend towards Boko's wounds, who is currently being looked over by Greta. Roland, you had kind of pressed Jasira on towards this retreating creature up the neck of the stream, with Clyde kind of following along, holding his side as it was bleeding out as he stumbles forward. What are you guys doing?
I, for one, love the imagery of Clyde trying to keep up with Jasira.
Oh, yeah. It was going to be hard on the best of days.
Put on some roller skates and grab onto our backpacks. We don't have time to wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Run so fast you'll start flying in the air. It'll be good.
So Jasira, you kind of burst forward up along this stream, Roland kind of quick on your heels, and Clyde kind of stumbling behind, doing his best not to bleed out. And eventually you make it to this, what almost looks like a path kind of carved in around this large pool of water, and there's just a soft small waterfall that kind of dips it down to form this stream. And up at the top of this small pond, you can see what looks to be a cavern entrance, and you can see the blood trail kind of going up this path and into the cave.
Real quick, DM, what do I need to do to make me not die if I do things?
So you have a critical hit. And for critical hits, and I believe yours was daunting, you can either try a medicine check with a DC of 15, or it will require some sort of high level, usually 5th level or higher, or a potion of greater healing, or a long rest.
All right.
So other than waiting it out, it's going to have to be some sort of pretty extreme measure here.
All right. Well, Clyde will be, while running up, seeing if before we go in there, something needs to happen here. One of you needs to stop whatever this is, and he's going to lift his hand up and just a little splurt. It's like, all right, this needs to stop.
Oh.
Roland, can you help me?
Yeah.
And she'll try to use medicine.
All right.
It's +5, so advantage is help.
Yes.
You know, that's why I'm going for it.
Yep, you can give me advantage plus a D4.
Okay, let's go. Let's fix Clyde real good, please.
Stuff my thing. Yeah!
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
This
Hope
fight
you
is
tucked
gonna
it
go
back
so
in.
bad now. But we got Clyde. It's good. It's good.
So Clyde
Okay.
immediately, Jasira, just from knitting, has now transferred to sewing, has now transferred to field kit, and she just sews you up very quickly, kind of enough to hold it together. You're not healed, but you are no longer suffering from the critical
intestines aren't
wound.
going to fall out.
Exactly. You are not actively
There you go.
bleeding out.
Thank you
We'll take it.
very much. All right. We need to go finish that, though, because that's going to be a real problem.
Yeah. Onward.
All right, so you guys head up the path towards this cavern entrance, and it is just this small cave. It goes maybe back 30 feet or so, and there's a couple of side chambers, one maybe 5 or 10 feet, where there are some animal bones that are kind of nested in the corner. The other, a smaller chamber, maybe 10 or 15 feet around, but just filled with water, and you can see the blood trail clearly going towards this small pool of water.
Maybe we'll keep following it and taking a look. Yes, I already used the scope today, didn't I?
Yeah, and kind of scanning around. You don't
was
see
that
any
overnight?
movement. I think it was actually... Ooh, I don't remember if you did it...
Last session, or
I think you did it during the kind of initial portion of the ambush
there's
where you're
dark.
all circled around and you were trying to look through the woods for any sight, I believe.
Yep.
But yeah, you look across and the water seems recently disturbed, but now still.
Okay. I'm going to motion to Jasira to kind of like take cover, and so we can both stealth. And then I'm going to send dancing lights over to fill out the room to make sure we have a good look at it without them illuminating where we are.
All right. Sending the lights out, you do clearly see this is an ending chamber. It doesn't seem that there's any spaces out, but kind of illuminating. You can see the water, though a little bit murky, you can kind of see through it, and you can see there is some sort of underground kind of passage through. There seems to be something kind of broken in the rock underneath the water.
Well, what are the chances that there's more than the one last one? Barring
I
present
hope
company.
not.
What are the chances that if the one last one gets away, there will be more?
Much higher chance.
Pretty good, I think.
So what's the call?
I think we should go through, but stealthy like, and whoever's going first, I want to make you invisible.
Huh?
Yeah. Roll
Quick
the
question,
raising hands.
Austin. It's been 24 hours, right? Or a long rest in between, I think.
Since when?
Since the first tiny hut. Did
No,
Jasira
it's
get
been
a
like
long rest?
yes, you did get a long rest since the tiny hut, but not since the combat we just had.
That's okay, because she can turn invisible on her own.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So Clyde gives invisibility to Roland, and
Yes.
Jasira also turns invisible. Roland, if you want to roll me another stealth
Yes.
check, because that'd be at advantage, and Jasira, you can roll yours at advantage, and Clyde, you can roll yours
Sounds good.
flat,
Yep.
bringing up the
Okay,
rear.
So, Roland will just like basically do a cross himself right before going invisible, so he gets guidance on the roll without breaking invisibility to cast guidance.
And Clyde is
Uh,
Clyde's probably 40 feet behind them.
Yep. So
40. That's generous.
Roland, you and Jasira kind of pass under this water, and it's a very short chamber, and you pop out the other side, and as you kind of emerge, just looking around, you
same.
see that you are
It's
in
exactly the same number.
you see that you are in some sort of fountain that you've actually emerged from, and you see now from the stone kind of rock walls around in the cave, there is now brick or stone brick rather around in a more built chamber.
All right, well, time to SEAL Team 6 that's coming up out of the water with my rifle up.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception check or an investigation, probably. I imagine would be his tendency.
Yes. I guess. Wait a second. Is guidance concentration? It is, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So the dancing lights winked out, and I don't still have them up.
And it is very dim in here, but you can see some torchlight ahead.
Okay. Do I need to roll at disadvantage for the dim light then?
Yeah, probably. For this one, anyway.
There's the natural one.
All right.
Oh.
Looking around, you are caught off guard at the sudden shift in architecture around you, just from the middle of the wilds to a beautiful brick surroundings, and you kind of slowly step out, searching for any sight of the creature, but you don't see any. Jasira, you kind of pop up behind him, both of you emerging and kind of stepping out of the fountain here into what looks to be a hall of some sort, and there are kind of torches up ahead.
Can Jasira take her own scan?
Sure, if you want to give a perception or investigation check at disadvantage. Or no, yours is just flat. You can.
Yeah, so we'll do...
Clyde will send a message first to Roland asking if he sees anything.
If I recall, I think if I use investigation...
I said, first.
I guess we'll do investigation and take a chance on the advantage because it's been nice to me.
Okay.
Despite perception having a better modifier. No, bad.
Hey, you rolled a nat 1 on the second one as well.
So
yeah.
Both of you
I
begin.
mean, that's funny.
You guys are so good. I'm so glad you're going first.
Both of you begin
I'd like
to
point
kind of.
Ciro's distracted.
Yeah, both of you kind of having the wounds from all of the just effects of the last battle. Your mind is anywhere, and you're just looking for a enemy, something to attack, and you don't see it in these bare halls, and you kind of trip over some stones. They kind of tumble around, and you're kind of slowly walking down this path in one of the few directions that you can. And suddenly there is this voice that kind of echoes out around you. Adventurers, always managing to stick their noses where they don't belong. Thinking that every creature you come across is some sort of monster. The voice,
right.
Not every creature, just the ones that try to eat our faces.
The voice kind of echoes through these chambers, not necessarily nearby, but present nonetheless and clear.
And I'll respond to Clyde's message and just go, "See, no. Here, yes."
Mhm.
And Clyde, you're kind of just waiting on the other side of the water, and you can decide if now is the time you want to start to go through.
How big is this passageway?
It's a 10-foot pool of water, and there's kind of a 5-foot passageway that's kind of broken through the rock underneath the surface, and it seems to be fairly short up to the other side.
So a vaulted ceiling for Clyde.
It's not bad.
Clyde will try and creep forward with the rest of the party here, but he's also going to be looking to, when he comes through, to see if there's any other exits out of this place.
Yeah, from what you can see, at least in the cave, there is not. But you look around at the kind of passing through the water, kind of using your eyes as what you can in the murky water around you. It seems to be just a short kind of broken passage through under to this other side, and you kind of pop up into the in through the fountain nearby, and you can see Jasira and Roland kind of cautiously, slowly walking in this dim light.
All right, I'm going to send a message to Roland again. Come back real quick. We can seal up.
And Roland, as you kind of look around, seeing Clyde come and kind of motioning towards you back, the voice kind of echoes out again.
You don't even realize we had to change, to evolve, to survive. You don't even realize.
Are you headed back to Clyde?
Yep.
All right.
Clyde will send the same message to Jasira. Hopefully Jasira will come back too. Because
yeah.
Clyde wants to seal up this exit. Hopefully it's the only one with tiny hut with us inside of it. And then we can do whatever.
I like that. I like that idea.
That's smart.
Good plan.
But yeah, I need
Dig
1
it.
minute. So if she's going to talk,
All right.
we'll see.
Keep her talking.
Yeah, that's why I want to know how big the passageway, and I think it's...
Yeah, the fountain itself, which the passageway is underneath it, is smaller than 10 foot in radius. And so you kind of place this, and it blocks the whole kind of end cap of this hall here as you start to invoke this magical effect around. And indeed, the voice does continue.
My husband was slaughtered when some random brutal men decided his life meant nothing. They had their way with me and left me dying in a ditch.
And you just continue to cast this, kind of waiting and watching. The voice doesn't seem to change, just where it is, just kind of echoing through around the stone.
So I took the chance that was offered to me. For vengeance. For survival.
I can relate to that.
Why did you kill innocent people, though?
We never killed innocents. Never.
Tell that to Clyde's stomach. Or Boko.
Oh, yeah. Boko never hurt nobody. Well, except for that one guy, but he probably deserved it.
But he deserved it.
I'm glad you guys have so much faith in me.
You were unfortunate. But we couldn't let rumors of what we were escape. You know what the church would have done to us. Who they would have sent.
And Clyde, it's about now that you finish your evocation of Tiny Hut. And Roland and Clyde,
right,
you
smack talk away.
The two of you had before kind of discussed on the various histories around lycanthropes, as well as Theschault. And the Church of the Silver Flame has a sect known as the Order of the Silver Dagger, which had a few decades ago gone on a inquisition against all lycanthropes and had carved them down to what was thought to be extinction.
Well, you know what they say about going for revenge. You should dig 2 graves. I hope you filled the first. We're here to fill the second.
Thanks.
I know that we have lost. That it's over for us. But I want you to carry this burden with you. Know that the blood and suffering my people are sure to endure after this are on your hands. Mariah, she had it worse than I. Her suffering wasn't her own, but what she had to watch be done to her daughters. Trapped, helpless. We had just rescued Tabitha from a cruel slaver known for his abuse. But we were blessed with a immense prowess. We had earned respect, fear, protection, because we could be a threat. And playing fair by the so-called rules of justice that gets you nowhere, that gets you beat, raped, and murdered.
Clyde's gonna drink some moonshine.
All right.
Nope, not a
Sounds like a
charisma.
good call.
Sorry. Can I take the first one but have a +1?
Yeah. I'll allow it.
Thank you.
That's much better.
And you can
Alright.
roll the healing with it too.
Yeah, let me remember what that is though. 2d4 plus 4. Good.
And you guys are still within this kind of tiny hunt around the fountain. The hall kind of extends out. The lights slowly flickering. Are you guys staying within the hut, or are you venturing out?
Clyde's gonna light a lantern and then he's gonna light a torch.
All right.
Roland is going to take 3 coins out of his pocket and using his artificer ability is going to invest them with light and just plink them out towards the hallway a little bit to put areas of light within.
Okay.
And Clyde,
Because that is not a spell. And so I don't lose invisibility.
Nice.
Although throwing them is an attack, so you do.
Oh,
come on.
please. I'll let it fly.
Just with each time that like you know the scene in Indiana Jones where like the guy in the library is stamping the book and Indiana's slamming the floor at the same time. I'm doing that with the lights of every time that Clyde sparks for like a torch or a lantern, another light appears somewhere else and flies out into the... Pardon me while I die.
It happens.
It's all right. You can join me. I've already died.
I say, I'm not going to be too helpful in any sort of fight that comes up here now, but I don't think she's going anywhere.
Yeah, and you can tell just from the voice that there are heavy injuries that this... And from what you had seen, that you had left a considerable mark on this individual. And the voice, it's coming from a singular spot. It's not moving. And you kind of see this hall now, and it seems to be a pretty straight hall that begins to open up into some larger chamber, now kind of lit by these small coins and the torch that Clyde holds.
Your people saw you as a threat. They asked us to remove the threat. When we came to you and said we'd found out what the threat was and you knew it was you, your immediate reaction was to remove us. You could have told this story.
Mm-hmm.
We would have listened. Before you almost killed my friends.
We made a calculated decision.
Well, then you're shit at math.
Better get that abacus.
You guys inch forward further and further and see that
I'll
this...
just keep kicking the coins as I get to them to illuminate another 20 feet down the hallway.
Yeah. And the hallway's not too long. Eventually you get to this point where you can see the torches now up in front of you, and a large pyre kind of set in the center of this cavern. And you see about 3 sets of pillars that extend out in front of you all, lit by torches. Off to the side are some smaller chambers that are recesses within the edge, and by this large central fire, the body of Lydia just kind of laying beside, clearly just on her back, and just blood kind of pooled around her.
Who else is on your list?
What list?
List
Try
of
to protect
revenge.
people.
We're trying to protect the townspeople. Mostly the women who can't protect themselves when the pirates or the Spurs decide to come and enforce their will.
Who's next?
At this point, you can see her looking around, trying to find the source of the voice, but your own voice is kind of echoing off the stone and making it hard to sense. But you can also see kind of confusion from the shock and trying to process. It doesn't seem like she's trying to be deceptive, but also doesn't seem to understand what you're asking.
You've very aptly seen that this is the end for you. It doesn't have to be the end for your people. If there's someone else they need protecting from, tell me.
There will always be someone else. Marauders, pirates, Spurs, adventurers. Anyone with a sword and a desire to do harm to the women here.
Jasira, what are you doing?
She's mulling over this quite a bit. Still kind of thinking on her own issues. And just kind of like taking her time, creeping forward little by little.
And Clyde, the other two benefit from invisibility, but you are fairly...
I have to stay in the tiny hut.
Oh, that's right.
No.
So you're not on.
Clyde's chilling. He's probably eating a snack right now, thinking if he should take another sip of moonshine.
So he's well back.
Listening to the radio show.
Echoing off.
Ooh, this is getting spicy.
You don't want Clyde's voice echoing off these walls.
All right, Roland, Jasira, the woman kind of looks around, but she's weak and lying back. It's up to you all if you have any actions or if you're choosing to get closer or reveal yourselves.
I'm just going to reach out to initiate a message conversation with Jasira to stay out of earshot.
Okay.
Sounds good.
What are you thinking? It's a curse, right? There's a reason the Silver Flame hunted it to extinction.
I agree. But I'm finding myself sympathetic. I didn't tell you, but my magic didn't work before when I tried to take the soul. But I've been bitten twice. I don't know if I'm about to share a similar fate.
Yeah. Okay.
Roland, as you're moving up the side, kind of talking with Jasira, you can hear kind of the clinking of chains off to your right side. It's difficult to see, obviously, but you hear something over in that direction.
I'll kick a coin down that way.
And this area, you could have left the coins in the hall. This area is lit enough where there is some light around, and kind of moving up to look at down one of these recesses, you see a woman there, a young woman, kind of seems to be unmoving, unconscious, kind of hanging from two chains around her arms, not quite off the ground, but with her feet kind of barely placed on there. And she's just kind of slowly just kind of rocking back and forth with the just weight of her body.
Quick scan for bite marks.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
No guidance. Hopefully that won't bite me. Eh,
That's not terrible.
Yeah,
it was a 5, but
you step up here, and it's pretty evident that there has been some damage to this individual. Along her arm, there's kind of you're not sure if it was claw marks or bite marks or wounds, because they've healed up a good bit. But across one arm and kind of one leg, there's clearly been some kind of wound that she has taken. And you're not familiar with this girl. You haven't seen her before.
if you're protecting them, why chain them up? Like a slab of meat.
Immediately, her eyes kind of dart over to the row of recesses where you're nearby.
We chain them up for protection. The blood of the wolf burns hot at first, but it can be tempered.
So to protect them, you turn them into one of you.
We gave them strength. Gave them the gift that I had been given. So that they would not be weak enough to be preyed upon by devilish men and their whims.
Clyde sneezes.
Bullshit!
Or is this the someone's talking about you?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you
this is
sneeze?
the song about like, ha!
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Devilish man.
I mean, it was Clyde's libido that got you in touch with Blade Mommy, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Damn it,
Uh-huh.
Clyde.
He was a damsel in distress. Clyde did a good thing. It just became a bad thing.
You're horny for it. It's
That
fine.
ended up bringing us good things
Yes,
by way
exactly.
of bad things.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we've all learned a valuable lesson.
That all
Fine, follow his
good
loins.
I don't think that's the lesson.
Kind of two questions. Can Jasira see the body from where she is?
It's not clear to see
Roland's
that
body,
far
I
away,
should say. Gotcha.
but you hear the words that Roland had called out.
Okay. Well, that'll make her think to check over in these other
Actually-
recesses nearby. Does she see any other bodies herself?
And I lied. I forget that you have dark vision. So on yours, the recesses on your side are empty, but you look across and you can see shapes in each of the three recesses on the right side, on Roland's side. All seem to be about the same size. One of them seems to be active, while the other two seem to be passive.
Like actively moving versus
Yes.
being conked out?
Mhm.
Okay.
And Roland, you can still hear that rustling of chains, but it's further up from you. The one that is near you is not moving.
I will go ahead and step up then and kind of swing out a little bit and get a look.
You step forward and you see, actually go ahead and roll me a perception check for this one.
Woo.
And Jasira, you can roll a similar check.
Almost as good as my investigation check.
I have a feeling mine will be better than my. Oh, good. I like
So,
that.
Roland, you look and you see two additional women within each of these recesses. One of them seems to be unmoving like the first, but the other one is kind of actively kind of pulling and kind of tugging at her chain softly, trying to kind of maneuver in them, kind of pushing with her feet from where she is, kind of looking around in the dark. Jasira, you can see that the woman who's moving, her hand seems to be damaged and it's missing most of the fingers on one side. And it's healed over, but it's incredibly damaged. And you can see other wounds across her, and her hair is kind of across her face, but her eyes are sharp and she is like trying to move, trying to get out of her bonds. And the other woman is not unconscious, but quietly crying.
How long does it take for symptoms to set in? Become one of you.
Are you asking this out loud?
Yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Oh. Yeah, she's not exactly the persuasive type.
Do it. Don't let your stats determine your story.
If only it was at advantage. If only it was advantage.
The unnatural one.
Yeah.
The blood of the wolf
That's-
is difficult to tame.
That's the only response that you seem to get.
Unfortunately, Jasira is about to become the unnatural one.
Yeah. I mean, basically took the words out of my mouth.
So is Boko, though.
True. Werewolf buddies. Werewolf buddies. Yeah, she's actually gonna be a little closer, and she'll kind of stop right about here. I admit, you guys got me good. But my temper is also one that can't really be tamed. So I would really appreciate a little bit of forthcoming information.
Jasira, as you're looking at this woman, she's laying down across where this large brazier is built up on the stone. And she's kind of, you can see the blood around her. You can see her hardly moving. One arm is kind of bent behind her back, the other kind of laying down beside her. Her head is kind of up, but her eyes gaze around. And upon hearing your voice, the eyes kind of flit towards your direction.
Why should I provide you insight when you all use deception here?
Would you tell me if I was visible?
You would be more persuasive.
She'll kind of flick her eyes towards Roland's direction.
Roland cannot
And
see
she'll-
you flicking her.
No, I know.
Nor can you know
I
what
know.
direction Roland is.
She can assume based on your movement. She was over there for a second.
Yep.
So she'll step back one more step and she'll drop it.
All right.
So
As you,
she'll drop invisibility.
If Lydia so much as twitches towards her, I'm gonna shoot.
there is no twitch. The eyes kind of stay focused on her, but she's rested. Her body has almost no movement. And even from this distance, Roland, you're not sure how much movement she could do if she wanted to.
And she's back in human form?
Yes, she is.
Oh, okay.
Why are you so curious? Why do you even?
And then there's a moment of dawning on her.
You believe yourself to be one of us now.
I believe there is a chance. You got some good attacks on me.
then you should take it as the gift that it is.
This is no gift. It's a curse. A curse that spreads to people who never asked for it.
It takes a will to control the wolf, but it is possible.
It is possible,
We
but
never
not
passed
probable.
it to any who did not desire. It is not a curse, but it is a blessing that you can use to ensure strength when the world wants to crush you.
Jasira, did you desire this blessing?
No, I don't think I asked for that.
Your words are false,
And I am
Lydia.
capable enough on my own.
You are incapable of controlling this curse. If I allow you to continue, then it will continue. And it will spread
You
to people
whisper.
who do not desire it.
You whisper from the shadows.
Would you prefer I shout?
I would not expect a coward to understand.
Point taken. I'll ask one more time. Is there anyone else in particular who you are afraid of hurting your people in the near future?
In the near future, I would put you two at the top of my list.
Every action we have taken has been to protect your people, including this one, and I'll fire.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll, Roland. This is unfortunately at disadvantage because she is prone.
And at advantage because I'm invisible, so canceled out.
Yep, you're right, you're right.
Natty.
But that doesn't mean I don't get sneak attack.
Don't know if you need it.
It's okay. You can always aim for a foot.
17?
17 does hit. Go and roll damage.
11.
As Jasira, you hear this shot ring out from the hall. The bullet slams into the body on the ground and kind of twists it over to the side, and you see her face kind of looking towards yours, and there's this anger and hatred in the eyes, even though the body is almost limp. And I would like you to roll me initiative.
Oh no.
And
No. Oh no.
Just Jasira?
You and Clyde can also roll initiative.
Oh.
I didn't.
But don't need to?
Oh my god. Jasira is ready. She's on edge.
I told you I had a temper that you can't contain.
Well, lad, it's been lovely knowing you.
Well, Clyde and Roland are on the same page here.
Yep.
Oh fuck. Subdue me.
Clyde's just like, oh, damn, radio show got some static in it.
Yeah, he's like,
Hey,
oh,
on
it's
the
just getting good.
On the bright side, I'm out of key, so it's okay. Only regular punches. And kicks. But a lot. Oh boy.
Everybody,
I don't even have to sort it.
get to the tiny hut.
Exactly. Come back. Safety. This is why we have this.
So Jasira, I would like for you, actually, let me see. Let me consult my sheet.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Okay.
There's a sheet.
Jasira, as this shot rings off, the body kind of twists, and one arm that was on the ground kind of flips over her body. The one that was behind kind of shifts out, and you see this anger, the bloodshot eyes. The body is weak and broken, But with the last amount of strength, she seems to be trying to do something with her other arm. There is this movement. What are you doing?
Break the wrist.
Her.
Do what?
But don't get close.
But don't get close.
Yeah. Use your long distance punches.
Oh, right.
Punch the
I
air
can
so
totally-
hard she explodes.
See, that was my other monk. You're confused.
My other monk.
Yeah, my first monk was an avatar, so I could totally punch, air. It was cool. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Can punch air.
Okay, but I could do it well, thank you. I'm trying to see if there's anything distance I have. I can throw darts, but that's useless. I think if she sees her moving, yeah, she's not going to hesitate. I think she's going to go and try to break her neck. That's what I do. Just end it. Be done. Nope.
So you can definitely reach it with your movement speed.
Yep.
Yeah. You hop right up there and go ahead and give me attack rolls.
Okay. Okay. Where is the attack? There it is. Sorry, 24. Ignore that. I guess 24 and 19 if you want to be like that.
24 and 19 both
attacks.
hit. Yeah.
So I'll just 1, 2.
Smack.
Okay. As you move forward and you give just 2 punches towards the neck and shoulders, she tenses up just enough, and there is but a wisp of life back in her. You do have a bonus action if you would like to make one more attack.
Pow!
All right.
Pow! We can't let this bitch do it. But I missed.
No.
So close.
No.
Wait, isn't she prone? Don't you have advantage?
You
Yeah,
do
she
technically have
has.
advantage. No, this is right. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit! So I
Technically, that was the first hit.
Yeah.
do I
so
need to roll for critties?
Roll one more.
Okay. Let's roll for
And it may
critties.
not matter.
That's true.
Okay, and then
Okay.
roll another at advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Come on, punches. We need this. We need this.
Many punchies.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Same
What's
outcome, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
No.
so
Yeah.
2 hit and 1 misses. As
Really?
you because it'd be the 24-19, and then it would have been the 9 and 11, and 11 is not enough to hit her.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Okay.
But a 22 does.
So close.
So close.
Damn.
And there is just this barely this breath of life in her, and she lifts up her hand, and you see in it this small black orb, slightly larger than a marble, and just the words, "Do it." And there is this ripple of energy up her arm, across her body, as it is shifted, and the fur begins to rip out once more. But this time, it rips further, and you see the bone protrude out from the body. You see the body itself begin to shift and change, going further than the bestial form before, into this massive beast of a creature.
Fuck.
Can you shift Z that token so we can all see it? Because
Absolutely.
we have complete darkness.
Oh yeah, because the rest of you don't have.
Oh.
Okay.
So can everyone please come
Wait,
into the tiny hut
I
where
still
it's
can't
safe?
see it.
You still can't see it? It's all right. I don't
He's
know.
on the other map still.
I don't
Is
know
this
if I can make a tiny hut, but I'll try.
Is this a dire werewolf? Oh shit. That's sick.
Oh, is it not?
Sarah, you're 105 feet.
Yeah,
away
I
from
can see it
safety.
now.
Okay, well, I'll copy it in anyway. Because why not?
Oh.
Oh,
Dire werewolf.
Alrighty. And we can get rid of that one. And now this one.
Hang on. I'm gonna.
Wait. That one and this one. No.
He says that one and this one. He's talking about Greta and Boko.
oh no.
And as this shift happens, Roland, you can see the woman who is beside you begins to furiously pull at her chains, and you see bits of fur kind of pop out and then go back down, and then pop out and go back down. She's trying to shift but can't. And it is now this creature's turn.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna die, just so you know. I got 18 HP for stamina.
Run.
I would recommend living. That's a good idea.
And this
try.
creature is going to give 2 attacks onto you, Jasira.
No.
You
The
can miss,
first
it's
one-
okay.
First one is only... Oh, no, it's more than that. Hold on. No, it's
Oh.
not.
No, it's only. It's
It's a
only.
17 on
only-
the first one. What's your AC?
Boo! 16. Boo!
Ooh, okay, the second one misses, so only one hits you.
Good.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. For 27 damage.
I mean, pretty well. Oh,
And now
and
you
I
have super lycanthropy.
Yeah, and you immediately rise as a werewolf.
You take 11 points of slashing damage, and I need you to
I'm
make me a
alive.
Constitution saving throw.
I'm alive, but only barely, and I can't do Constitution. I can't do Constitution.
Oh no.
All right, your
You have
maximum stamina is
inspiration.
reduced by 5 points.
Oh.
Forever and ever.
Foreseeable future.
Forever. Oh
that's
no.
rough. That's not
I'll say
good.
-5. Yeah, that's not good.
For never and never.
For never and never.
All right, and Roland, it is now your turn.
Shoot!
Woo. Ahem. Yep. That makes sense. Yep.
On the bright side, she ain't prone anymore, so that's cool.
Yep.
Silver
Yep.
linings.
So, Roland is going to, just seeing this creature emerge, is going to call out, Jasira, get out of there! And cast a healing word
Nice.
for 5
Aw.
healing to you.
Thanks.
Actually, that's wrong.
It's wrong.
It used my intelligence as my spellcasting ability instead of wisdom. Because
So-
because it pulled it from artificer instead of artificer instead of cleric. But that's a spell I know as a cleric. So technically, what's my wisdom score? 4 healing.
Oh, good.
If that 1 point
11.
makes a difference, I'm gonna kick
Well,
myself.
it's 11 versus 12, so we'll see.
Okay, and then Roland is going to take 1 shot from where he's at, which now does get sneak attack because Jasira is standing there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
22 to hit.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll me damage.
18
As you
damage.
strike out with this rifle, you do see that this creature is not fresh. It is clearly wounded and the transformation took its toll. However, your shot does not seem to have the full effect that you had hoped.
It is magical.
The statement still stands.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not silvered.
It's not a silver
The other
bullet.
ones took full damage, but this one
Yeah.
does not.
So this one has probably immunity to non-magical and resistant to magical.
Something like that.
Anything else, Roland?
Yeah, this little coward bitch is gonna run.
Come to me.
Clyde, you hear a shot out of the chamber ahead of you. Anything that you're doing?
See Roland running toward. Hey, what happened?
Keep the bubble up.
I ain't going nowhere. Clyde's got like a half-made sandwich. Like we good?
No, it's not good.
I'm bringing the party to you.
Expecting to hear one shot, here's the second one and goes, wait a minute.
See Roland run. Clyde is going to start setting up some oil in a bottle.
Okay.
Okay, if you let me do that.
Sure.
That's my action. Because, yeah, I don't have anything else. I made the safety zone.
Jasira,
it's going to be very useful here.
As long as Jasira doesn't get fucking eviscerated, run.
Jasira, you are looking at this massive bestial creature, and there are these wisps of black magic kind of coming off of it from the residuals from the transformation as the beady red eyes stare through you, almost glowing. What are you doing?
Yeah, what he said, and she's gonna start hightailing out of there.
All right. Are you just gonna make a run for it?
Are you going to disengage?
If that is a bonus. Nope. See, I can only use that as a bonus action. I guess I can use an action.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can use it as a normal action.
Yeah, we'll do that. We will
Might be
do
faster
that.
than it.
Okay.
I should be. Yeah, we're gonna go all the speed that I can. So it's
Getting closer to the
45.
bubble is a good plan, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she can go 45 normal. That would be movement. And bonus action, she can do 90. So I guess wherever that
Do
is
you
on
have key
the
left?
screen. No, there is no key.
Then you can't bonus action dash, I don't believe.
Oh no, I can't. That is a key. Let me see. I'm gonna double check just for surezies, because you never know. So 45 might not. Yep, 45 may not be enough, but that's what all I can do. So we'll
question: do you want to risk one hit or 2 hits?
I would rather only risk one, to be perfectly honest with you.
And take the attack of opportunity. Because that's the only way you only get hit with 1 hit. These things move 50.
It might have a leap.
And it might have a leap.
Well, I gotta get movement, so yeah. Where would that get me? Yeah, I could get to there.
So in 2 turns, you could get into the bubble that way.
Yeah.
Worth it. Let's try. Yeah, whatever. Take the.
And Clyde, you're
attack
on the screen here,
opportunity.
but you're actually further back.
Okay. I'm just trying to see
About
where
60 feet further back.
Okay, I am. Okay.
Yep.
That's where the bubble is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do attack of opportunity. Go 90 feet, ideally, if I don't die right there,
All right.
or go unconscious. Sorry.
So,
Well, with a natural
like that,
5, it misses.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh.
And again, she just said, "Yeah, what he said." And done, knocked out. Like,
All right, you
And
can
then
move
let's
90
see.
feet with an action.
Backflips over the claw as it swings under and then takes off running.
haha, nope. Just hightailing it like,
runs past. Catch up.
let's go, Roland. We're going.
All right. And that brings it to the creature's turn. And the creature...
You can go
Well,
1 more square.
Don't you dare.
You got
Wait,
one
can
more.
I?
Go 1 more
Am
square.
I? Do I really? Okay.
Yes.
I did the measure. Maybe I measured from the wrong
Yep.
spot.
I thought it was. I thought you could go 1 more square, so I remeasured, and it's 1.
Cool. That's okay. We'll do that.
Yep.
All right, the creature rushes forward.
Oh, look at that. He's exactly 20 feet away from me for a leap.
Oh God.
And then does give a leap forward.
Yay.
Luckily, this only does 1 attack with this creature. So we'll see if it hits as it leaps towards you, mouth open wide. And that is indeed going to hit.
Roland,
Oh,
no.
you beat a 16.
Well, it was a natural 19, so yes.
Oh.
Okay, you got a lot of health, right?
I'm about to not.
All right,
Oh,
so
God.
Roland, you will take 14 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
One of us. One of us.
One of us.
Yep.
Oh my God.
One of you.
One of us.
Oh, this poor party.
We're gonna become a tribe of werewolves.
Roland, it is your turn. As this bite just tears into your shoulder and you feel it dig deep, and the blood inside you just surges. What are you doing?
How far away is the bubble?
It is 90 feet from Jasira, give or take. It's about 80 feet from Jasira.
So 90 from me. Oh. All right. Jasira can get there on her next turn.
Yeah, if she uses her full action, she can get into the bubble.
I'll take the attack of opportunity.
All right.
You got it.
That is a 15.
It missed. Oh. And then movement, action dash, bonus action dash, 90 feet in the bubble.
You race
Just-
towards. Yeah.
Just a brown streak across the floor.
You race towards the bubble at full speed, just grabbing the heft of your rifle and booking it, and you can feel the claws across the back of your neck. There's a scratch left across the hat as you just book it down this hallway. And Clyde, you see Roland full speed headed towards you. Anything that you're doing?
Once he gets in the bubble, Clyde is going to cast Healing Word on him. Cool. And then he's going to ready an action for if this big werewolf gets within 20 feet, he's going to huck his oil flask at it.
All right. Jasira.
Or I will taunt you a second time.
Jasira,
Run,
you
run, run, run,
also
run.
race your way into the bubble just in time as roaring behind you is this creature just racing forward at full speed, enraged as it jumps forward. And Clyde, you can go ahead and toss this out. Go ahead and make a, this would be an improvised weapon, I believe. So I think it's a
Yes.
strength attack roll.
Okay. I'll just roll strength.
Doesn't let go of it, spikes it straight into the ground.
So you toss it, but it just collides across the wall, casting oil kind of on the wall and underneath.
Does it explode?
It does. It doesn't cover the creature, but it certainly gets on it. This creature is immense and fills up almost the whole hall.
I started. I've got the torch on the ground ready for next turn. Toss out.
Do it.
And Roland, it's your turn.
Ready. The bullets weren't working as well as I would like, so we're gonna do. Is it on the bubble?
Yeah, it is on the bubble, just claws scratching, trying to get through.
We're gonna fix bayonets.
Okay.
Chink, chink, chink.
And then cast Booming Blade and stab outwards, which, again, with the shenanigans of the bubble, I'm now unseen.
Go ahead and roll it at advantage.
Alright, let's see here. Where? Yeah, okay. 1.
Nice.
That hits.
Wait, it's on a 19. So I need to confirm the critical because it's on a 19.
Okay, yeah. So roll me another d20 or another attack roll.
No. Okay, so it's a normal, because that's in the weapons expanded crit range of a dagger. Okay, so
you can just roll the damage from the bottom one.
Yeah.
But it does still have sneak attack. Does still get the booming blade.
Oh, let me turn off sneak attack since it just activated with the booming blade, and then.
Well, it would have sneak attack on it because you're unseen, right?
Yep, exactly. But the sneak attack rolled with the booming blade.
Yep. Gotcha.
So
all right.
That's 17 now, 5 if it moves.
Okay, so you cut into it, and there is a kind of thunderous piece. Again, you can sense that it appears to not take full damage from thunder either. But as this creature just continues to carve and slash into the bubble, you're able to make your attack and somewhat safely here. Clyde.
I'm going to healing word Jasira.
Thank you.
Jasira, I think you might need to put down this rabid dog here. I'm going to use my Herald of Legend ability. I'm going to roll a d8, and you're going to get that to all of your attacks for the next round.
Oh my.
Aww.
+4 to all your attacks.
Is that attack rolls
really...
or damage?
Let me post the thing. Attack rolls.
Okay, cool. So yeah, just here, if you'd like to make your attacks, you have a +4 on them.
So like,
and they're at advantage.
Can't she punch like from
this creature is like
inside
on top of the dome, just kind of slashing and trying to bite into it like a dog trying to bite its ball. But you are within, and you can make your attacks just slamming into it from below.
Okay, good. Cool. Okay. We'll do it. Blessed. Let's do it. So, I guess it's just 2 regular attacks at advantage.
Yeah, you can do 3 with your bonus action if you want.
I can use my bonus action.
It's 1 for free, 2 for a key.
Yeah. See, my brain doesn't remember that math. So,
all 3
but we're
hit.
gonna get this bitch. Okay. Unfortunately, I just have magic damage, so I don't think it'll do much now, but... So, it'll be this... So, sorry. Is it +4 on the damage as well, or just to attack?
+4 just to the attack.
Okay, cool. So we're just good. We'll just do 7, 4, and 6.
So as you all are here within the bubble, Clyde kind of tosses out the torch and lights the creature on fire as it starts to burn up its coat. The two of you kind of punching in and stabbing into the creature. The creature is hardy, but after a couple of seconds of these attacks, not able to make it through the bubble, you see as the creature does kind of begin to stop down to the side, blood flowing down on the ground, this deep, dark red as it drops over to the side and the glow fades from its eyes finally. The body starts to just break down, these black wisps of magic fading away, and the shape shifts back to that of Lady Lydia. And as her arm kind of drops down, there is that black marble that just dink, 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 and rolls across the floor.
Might want to get that. That
should
looks like your
absolutely
sort of
not
thing,
let that
Jasira.
go and should absolutely not touch it.
Here's a sock, Jasira. Put it in here.
Do we have a cloth?
Clyde gives you a sock. They come with all the wardrobes. Clyde doesn't wear shoes.
Which
yes.
sock?
Don't
Oh,
worry about it. His socks are all pristine.
They're all crunchy.
Oh. Nasty.
Also, we just got our werewolves form, and now we have an upgrade for it, so...
we do.
Efficient work. Lycanthropy is working faster than leveling.
So yeah, here within the chamber, the body of Lydia down on the ground, and there is just a kind of scream from one of the recesses, and the just chains being yanked at But you three are still within the bubble in this hall.
It sounds like that's going to be a big problem.
We probably can't leave without killing them.
There's more of these in there?
3 more.
chained up.
Oh.
If we could find a
The
better
cure?
priest than me. I know the
what-
spell, I just can't cast
I'll
it.
say, does Clyde know how one would cure lycanthropy?
You can roll me a history or probably a religion check, actually.
Sure.
I'm just going off of it's a curse, and there's a cleric spell called Remove Curse.
That's what I was getting at. And this,
Yeah.
we have a druid friend.
Curses are unnatural.
hmm
Druids specialize in nature.
Well,
Metagaming pigeon.
yeah.
It's a druid spell!
Should we meet up with everyone and discuss?
Yeah, we don't have to deal with that there.
We either send one or two of us back to talk to the others and try and find a priest, and leave the bubble here to keep them in case they break free of chains.
Mm.
Yeah, you guys go. I'll hang
Or
out
we
here.
exit.
I have 16 hours if need be, but after that, I'm hauling my ass out of here if they're being crazy.
We can't get through, can we? Because we weren't.
It's
in
only
the-
us 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in it when it was cast.
But what we'll do is I will walk to the edge of the bubble. Everyone else will walk to their edge of the bubble, and I will recast it, and then I'll get a new 10-foot
New
bubble
bubble.
encompassing you guys.
Yeah, just stay underwater for a minute. That's not too bad, right?
I mean, it's
No.
the
Now D&D rules,
Default.
hell no, it's not.
yeah, that's the default. Everyone can hold their breath that long number.
Mm-hmm.
So it's perfect. But Clyde
can
will
work.
wait here next to this corpse. We'll suggest that one of you do something with that bead and either hide it next to the bubble or
Yep.
do something with it. Because you're not
I'll
going to
put
be able
it-
to bring it into the bubble.
Right.
I'll put it in the box with the other void sphere of doom.
There you go.
Yeah, Roland,
They
you
can
kind
make
of
friends.
you kind of step up to look at it, and it looks identical.
In before this is the key to the fucking time stop box.
But it's lying there on the floor just like a black marble. A little bit bigger, but
Eat it.
All right. Well, I have added Lydia's lycanthrope orb into my inventory.
how are you picking it up?
Sounds good. With a sock.
In parentheses, inside Clyde's crusty sock.
Not crust. Clyde takes offense to this. What have you done to his sock?
Why'd you make it crusty?
Roland, you kind
But
of
yeah,
take out the sock and kind of scoop it up, and kind of holding it without ever actually, or trying to avoid touching it as much as possible, and kind of place the sock or dump the sock into the box.
Yep.
Spin it around a few times.
oh no, I'm not gonna actually put it. Well, you say it looks identical.
It looks identical.
And that box has properties that say that like keep people from being able to see into it, right?
It's a lead box.
Did the orb talk to me when I opened the box or when I touched it?
When you touched it,
Okay. I'll open the box, dump the sock in, close the box.
Okay.
Nope.
Then what?
And then step back into the bubble. And I mean,
I guess let's go get the others.
we need a priest. Someone who can defeat a curse. That's their only hope.
Do they
We
have
can't
one in
find
town?
that. It's worth a check. But if they don't have one in this town, then we can't just leave them here.
I agree.
We also need a priest as quickly as possible for us.
Yeah. There's at least 3 of us now.
Are you counting Roland in that number?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At least 3. You, me, Boko. And then anyone else.
Didn't Clyde got pretty good?
Clyde used his Pirate King Jim to say, no, I'm not
Right.
a werewolf today.
Your legendary
Hell no.
resistance.
Yes.
2 werewolf. Hell no.
I'd said no thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
As he does.
Not booze, not my problem.
Everybody
I'll
should
stay
get one of
here.
these. These are great.
I'll stay here in case they break free and need a talking to.
Okay. I can go gather the others.
Jasira, you make your way back through the watery passage and out of the cave, and Sindri and Cade are kind of in the process of making their way up, kind of at a jog, and kind of meet you there as you start to explain, and they kind of walk you back to where Boko is being tended. Greta kind of walking back and forth, and Theschault kind of looking over the body there. Boko seems to be in better health, but still looks rough.
Oh. I don't assume a medicine check that Jasira can do can help.
Not any more than what has already occurred for him, I don't believe.
Okay.
Are you, Boko, are you still suffering from any critical injuries?
I think I got lucky and all the ones that I had ended at the end of combat.
Yep, that's what I thought.
All 3 of them.
Then
So
yeah, it's
lucky.
really all she's got. Okay. So she will explain the situation to everybody.
How long did it take us to travel here?
From the town?
Mm-hmm.
It was maybe about 45 minutes to an hour.
Boko will say to Jasira, there is a chance we can take them back to the village to show them. I imagine now without Moriah and without Lydia, it will be difficult to get the town to believe we did not just slaughter them.
I hear you. But the 3 in there, I couldn't get information out of Lydia as to how the incubation process works. One is beyond bringing back. She's little testy. One is very sad for obvious reasons, and one just kind of hung there and didn't show any signs.
I can perhaps make something that will make it easier to transport them to the town, but I do not have an answer, and it is beyond my ability to fix any of this.
Understood.
thinking back to the town, did it seem like there was anybody there that would possess? Were there any church buildings, anything, any religious iconography, anything that would indicate there's a powerful priest?
There was a small kind of like, not even a temple, but maybe a church with kind of some basic symbology of the sovereign host. But they at most might have a weak priest, but likely most of these small villages only have someone to kind of guide meditation, not with much prowess outside of basic herbology.
I do not think. I do not think there is anyone that can help them.
Well, we can't leave them here, unfortunately.
I'm in no position to, like, follow you, I don't think, at the moment.
Yeah.
Because if it turns into a fight, I'm going to get smoked.
Well, fortunately, we have an orb.
I'll say everyone sit down for 1 hour.
Yeah.
Well, let me double check the rules, too, because I think there's a penalty for coming back from the brink.
I don't think I'm seeing anything. I thought I looked through these rules to refresh my memory since we were dealing with them, but...
Since you killed somebody recently?
Yeah, I don't think there's lingering injuries, but we haven't been playing with those yet since we haven't fixed them.
Maybe I'm doing a little
let
bit
me
better than
see.
I thought I was then.
Let me see here.
Oh, that can't be
Might
right.
be, Boko, why don't you roll me a D100?
Oh, there we go.
Somehow
Leave it
this
to
seems
chance.
worse.
Hey, that seems positive.
I've definitely seen lower numbers.
Yeah.
Frequently.
And so are we doing this on the on a normal D100 list or on a Divine Intervention D100 list?
Ooh.
Boko, you have severe just scars that are starting to form from the claws and the bite marks across your body. You don't feel any major lasting damage yet, but there is certainly an aesthetic impression from what has occurred today.
Great, I gotta add them to all my other scars. It's gotta be fantastic.
Chicks dig scars, Boko. It's okay.
Boko is literally completely scarred, except for the parts that are wood and metal.
No,
Yep.
now those,
and those
are also
starting
scarred.
to get scarred.
Yep.
Yeah,
Scars on
yeah,
scars.
fair
They also
point,
have
fair point.
termites.
Oh no.
But
Boko
Clyde gave
just
those to
is
me.
a scar.
That'd be funny.
Boko will rise to his feet and he'll say, take me to where they are. Perhaps there is something within the cave. Something within them that I may be able to find.
And you can tell Boko has absolutely no faith in that. It's like last-ditch effort that maybe he'll be able to figure something out when he gets there.
That's cool. That's something.
And
Yeah, Jasira will lead everybody back over there.
Greta kind of has an arm around you, and she kind of looks at you. Are you sure about this?
Boko looks at Greta and says,
Absolutely not.
We have another tiny hut up, so we should be safe once Clyde recasts it.
While we're waiting, Roland, do you want to maybe loot that lady? I mean, she's dead now, but she was like minor nobility. She might have something good on her besides just that weird marble thing. And
Roland
I can't
just kind
go
of
out.
like looks down at Clyde.
Hey.
And then goes, yes, I do. And he'll slide out of the thingamabob,
Tiny
pick
hut.
up a pebble, light it up, and use it to kind of scan over and search for any go through her
Any
clothes for loose
goodies.
change.
All right, give me that investigation check.
All right, with a guidance as well. Guide my despoiling of these corpses, Lord.
we need one of those necklaces that
Damn.
allows us to cast guidance that you get in Chapter 1 of BG3.
Permanent D4.
All right. So first thing I'd like you to do, Roland, is go ahead and roll me 1d100 and 1d20.
This will go well. Oh, so close to perfection. So far.
Nice.
Oh, it was
if
so
you add
close.
them together,
It was
It's
so
really
More
good.
painful.
All right, now use your inspiration to reroll that 100.
So you find on her
Actually,
a 63 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces in a small pouch. And you also find on her neck a gold locket. She's wearing fine clothes, but they've been ripped and tattered around her. And also kind of hanging next to the pouch, you see a small kind of bronze key.
all right, gold locket and bronze key. Well, we got time. I'll sit down and ritualistically cast Identify.
Clyde will sit down and take a short rest.
So, on the locket and on the key, it doesn't seem to be magical. The locket, it itself is not magical, but when you open it up, there is a small picture inside that appears to be kind of a sketch of Lydia and of a younger woman, or a young girl in the locket as well. And on the other half of the locket, there's this small compass. And that does kind of trigger upon your identify. And it's actually been kind of a combination with a item known as a band of the found and lost. And these come in pairs, and they're either rings or bracelets that have some sort of compass on them typically. And the compass-like mechanisms on top of these matching leather bracelets or bands remain motionless unless each bracelet is worn by a different creature. While they're worn, each compass points in the direction of the other matching band. It doesn't indicate height or depth. The compass spin wildly if the two bands are worn on different planes of existence.
yes, here comes the guilt for us killing the werewolves.
Yes.
Yep.
No, that means there's one left that we have to put down.
Well, is it moving?
It has to be worn.
No.
Do it.
Accessorize.
Put it on
What's the
Clyde.
worst? And no, I can't
on
enter the
Clyde.
bubble. Can't enter the bubble. Keep that shit out.
I'll put it on and look.
You put it on and kind of hold it in your hand, and indeed the compass does kind of shift around and point in a direction that does not appear to be north.
Wow.
Is it... I'm going to walk back down the row. Is it to one of
One
the
of them.
recesses?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Cool.
Does the magnitude of movement, so Roland moves a short distance, does the magnitude of movement give an indication of how far the target is?
It doesn't
Right,
seem
that
to
sounds
move
like
at
an
all.
intelligence check.
We're
Okay,
gonna
so
start
they're
doing the
probably
trigonometry
far.
of like, I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to walk 100 meters that way and check the angle of the azimuth, and then be able to triangulate a position.
Yeah. Also, by the way, all our characters have a high intelligence that are talking about this, so this is not out of character.
Totally.
Leave it to the artificers.
That's how
Hey,
it
Clyde's
goes.
gonna make fun of you if you do this, if you walk around putting this thing down.
Fucking nerds.
Nerds. Damn.
I'll be right back, guys.
What are you guys doing?
How long does it take to get to the cave?
Only a few minutes.
Few minutes, yeah.
Yeah, because
But
Jasira's just leading them there, so.
Yeah, Jasira takes you to the pond within this cave and kind of points out that you can't get any further than this until Clyde recasts Tiny
That's the
Hut.
thing.
She's the only one that can pass through currently.
Damn it, Clyde. This is all your fault.
All right, I'm back for that. Clyde's going to hear that and go, you know what? We'll stand here. And I ain't moving from this spot for 8 hours. And Clyde's
Oh,
going to
God.
take a minute to recast Tiny Hut.
Are you telling everybody to get in the water where they're close enough?
Yeah.
Also, technically, if you're doing it ritualistically to not...
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
It's,
Oh, yeah. You know what? Fuck that.
that adds 10 minutes.
Boko, sit in that pool of water for 11 minutes.
You don't
Oh
have to
my
be
God.
underneath the water, thankfully. It's not very deep. But you guys can stand in the pool of water for 11 minutes if you want to.
Yeah.
Get inside
Yeah, we'll just
that
kind
tiny
of stand around and talk, you know? It'll be cute.
This water is good for my roots anyways.
And
There you
Jasira
go.
kind of fills you in on what had happened, and Roland kind of comes through, kind of talking and giving his perspective. Theschault, is there anything that you wanted to share at this time either? Kind of being caught up to speed?
You're muted, Noah. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. You can see the shock in my face. No, I think I'll just stand at the ready
All
as
right.
we're ready to move.
Then after about 11 minutes, Clyde finishes up his casting and stands in the new position, which has him all the way up against the wall of this fountain.
Kinky.
But you all are able to pass through.
Okay.
Nice.
Good to see you.
It is very nice to not be dead.
How you feeling?
Dead.
Well, hopefully that gets a little better with time.
Also, I think
The bite that we all took,
Mhm.
it gets worse with time.
Yeah.
however, we have a warrior in our midst who, without her assistance, I do not think I would be standing here.
Mm.
He's going to gesture towards Greta.
She looks over her shoulder, looking for who you're pointing to.
Jasira just kind of puts a hand on her shoulder.
Very humble.
Sternly.
Wait, you're talking about me? Listen, I should have taken more action quicker, then maybe that wouldn't have happened to you at all.
Greta, we understand that your people are pacifists, and we invited you on this journey knowing this full well. If you truly wish to become a fighter, Jasira and I and Sindri may be able to help you learn.
I have a drink here for you and nurse your pride.
Let me think on it.
You haven't had enough to drink. Problem.
I understand. And the people of your tribe, they have chosen this this aversion to combat. Unfortunately, it is my experience that the events that are coming, they will choose violence. And if you are not well trained, then you are just a target for whoever should be on the other side.
I agree with you. I guess I was more focused on whatever's coming up here. What do you all plan to do with the women in there?
We need to decide. They need a healer, a priest. We need priests. All of us that got bit as well, probably. Or we'll be one of them.
I have ideas, but I don't know.
I think we'd certainly love to hear it anyway.
It will... It is a risk. A very hefty risk. And it requires quite a lot of blood.
Is anybody willing to bleed?
I think we all just did.
I think we all did, so maybe after we rest up a little bit.
How much blood are you talking?
Yeah, and do
How
I
many
gotta be next to him?
pints?
Can you do it from here, or do we gotta be next to him? 'Cause I can't go over there, so that might be a problem.
I can do it here.
Damn. Fine.
Can you roll me a persuasion check, Boko?
I can make an attempt, but if I don't think I will allow
Billy.
Greta to be
Oh,
part of this.
Clyde feels he didn't
Actually,
really bleed like the rest of the party did in
depends.
that fight.
Persuasion.
damn. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, Greta looks over and says, if you think it will help them, I've got plenty of strength left.
Greta, what do you know about the world beyond where we live?
Very little.
Is this something you are averse to seeing with your own eyes?
I had wanted to travel with you all to see the world. But part of me thinks that maybe I'm not fully ready for all of that just yet. And what Jasira was telling me about what the woman said, these people need some kind of protection. I've been thinking that maybe I could help with that, at least for the near future. Protect them from anyone coming to these shores, keep the women and children safe, and if you all need it, ensure that whatever is going on down here stays down here until you can get back with a priest.
That's very brave of you. And very kind.
It's time for me to put into practice some of the heroic things that you all have been showing me. My father wanted to make a safe space for all of us. I would like it if I could help make this a safe space for them.
I know I'd feel better. I don't actually want to kill them. I think that's the absolute worst case scenario.
By the look on some of your faces, I wasn't sure what else was possible.
I've always been better at killing than healing, which is why I've been silent.
I know I haven't always been the first to draw a blade, but if those creatures come between, if those girls become creatures that come in between the town and its safety, I'll do what I need to do. And then at least it's not as awful of a decision.
Well, they must get you some form of fortified entrance here. A way to get food and water into the chamber.
We need us a silver grate.
And at this point, Cade kind of looks around. You know, I was starting to think that we were traveling in a circuitous route. Is it possible that we're underneath the town?
Underneath the town?
And Jasira starts thinking.
Jasira, you think back and it didn't kind of connect at the moment, but in that chamber, you thought you saw a staircase that led up.
She'll probably backtrack a little bit and try to, look around for that staircase if she can find it.
Yeah,
We need to bring the whole fucking town down here if that's true.
You look out and you do see the stone steps that kind of move up and kind of disappear around the corner.
You might have a point, Cade. I think Jasira's gonna go see where the stairs lead.
You walk up the stairs cautiously, carefully. They're dimly lit, and you get to a point where there is a stone wall, but it seems to have a lever, and you pull it, and it softly slides to the side and reveals a chamber. It's elegantly put together, and you see wardrobes with women's clothes, a large bed. It looks like a noblewoman's room.
Okay, so step one, we loot.
Step 2, Roland takes her form.
Ooh.
Fuck.
No.
Step 3, Newcastle.
Hey.
Yes, but also no.
Yeah, Jasira will.
Not gonna lie
Well,
though, I could absolutely do that because I can also perfectly mimic her voice.
No.
We could have a castle, guys.
And you have her curse.
Yeah, Jasira's
We'll
gonna
get to that
close the wall back and then share this information. Oh my god.
I mean, it'd be like the lady never left.
Just have a
Guys.
new retinue of guards. Unfortunately, the other two died fighting the werewolves, and now there's new ones. The adventures are staying on as werewolves.
Yeah, the stairs lead to Lydia's room, I think. This explains how no one left the town.
Mhm.
Because she didn't have to.
We must reveal this to the people of the town.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need our
Just a second.
most charismatic few to do that, I think.
Well, you
I'm
don't
gonna
have
have
to
to
be
leave
twice.
the bubble then. I don't know if I feel like leaving the bubble. This bubble
Maybe
would be pretty
minus
safe.
you.
What? Oh,
All right,
Okay,
Theschault, you
but-
stay in the bubble.
Let's apply intelligence first, charisma when we have to.
you don't have to tell me twice.
Well, here we can move the bubble to the bottom of the
I'm
stairs.
about to, though.
Fine.
From the townsfolk's perspective, what just happened is a bunch of adventurers came into their town, went to go talk to someone about a wolf, and now there's a dead servant in the castle. They came back with a story about werewolves. The lady of the village went out with 2 guards, and all 3 are now dead, and the only ones standing are the random adventurers that just walked into town.
If we bring them down here, they can see it with their own eyes. It is not a coincidence that this secret passage beneath the village has just arrived. This did not show up here overnight.
Yeah, how
Let's
old
get
is
with our
this
eyes
these
there.
ruins?
It will lend legitimacy to our claims.
It will. But we need to be careful about how that message gets out. If we walk into town saying Lady Lydia is dead, come and find out why,
That's not.
we will end up with our necks in a noose. It
Then
doesn't
we
matter
must-
what the other evidence says.
The other guards. There were multiple that were in charge. They have seen us before. We helped keep the town safe overnight. If we bring only a few of them, perhaps they can be reasoned with.
A few.
But they will have
That
to
is
see
what
this first.
That is what I was getting at. If you
Okay.
know people who are reasonable, seek them out, bring them down one at a time.
So the night that we stayed in town, I actually volunteered Jasira as well, but I lended my services to Mariah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she had positioned us essentially like guards.
Mm-hmm.
Do any guards come to mind that were high up enough, seemed level-headed, anything like that?
Yeah, I'll say just for brevity, you guys are able to kind of find and locate some more level-headed guards and kind of bring them in. Do your best to explain, and whoever would like to, and you can have as many people as you would like, can go ahead and roll me just a general charisma check as you're trying to bring them up to speed and convince them that all that you're telling them is true.
Can Clyde do that?
Are you leaving the bubble?
Yeah.
I will.
We definitely
Lend-
need Roland to do it.
I will
Yeah,
lend
Roland needs to do
assistance to Roland.
No.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just backing you up and corroborating your stories with intellect.
Being like,
Smiling
look at my war
creepily
moves.
behind me as I talk.
So anyone who makes this check with
brand
the situation
new
already
massive
has
moves,
advantage.
too.
It's just as many of you as would like can make the check. But anyone who makes it will have advantage just from all the things around you that corroborate the story.
Because I don't think Clyde needs to stay in the tiny hut because there's two exits here.
Yes.
So yeah,
It's true. I guess now there's no
they'll
point
just go
for
out
tiny
they'll
hut.
go out
Yeah.
through the castle or go out through the woods.
yeah, yes. So
I
Clyde's
guess
gonna
we
go with
go
and
for
do
volume,
this
then.
charisma check as well, and it's just charisma, right?
Yes, just a charisma check at advantage.
Jasira will stay down with the werewolf ladies.
I'll stay down there because I was told to be.
And guidance. But I guess it doesn't matter.
I also imagine that these werewolves have not been allowed out to relieve themselves, so they are they hold evidence of being here for some time.
I would hope. We didn't get too good of a look,
Yeah.
but
How long
enough.
has it been since last combat, DM?
At this point, by the time you get here, it's been about an hour of total time. Getting the guards down here, they begin to kind of talk amongst themselves. They seem to believe everything that you said. The evidence is vastly overwhelming of that situation. Are you telling them and showing them the women that are there?
I think we should.
Okay.
Because they're probably people
they're
they
going to
know.
see them anyway. Yeah.
And they also kind of communicate and begin to kind of make their way back up to the top, and a few more guards, some of the elders of the town come down, and you see one of the farmers that you had gone by kind of like races by and runs over towards the women.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of rushes up to one of them and
Yeah,
Make sure he doesn't get within like 5 feet.
Definitely
Yeah.
someone grab him. If no
Yeah.
one else,
Yeah.
Clyde will try, but that's not going to go well.
Roland,
I
you
mean,
kind of grab an arm. Jasira is there. Clyde, you kind of reach out, and
Grab a knee.
the man is just kind of looking kind of stunned as he just looks at what appears to be a very young girl. Maybe in her like 20s or 30s. But this older man kind of looks at her up and down and is just, Abigail? Is that you? Are you alive?
Abigail.
And there is just this soft, weak voice that kind of comes out. Yes, it's me, Kanaya.
Hmm.
You look so young, strong.
Aw.
Yes. I'm beautiful again. And there's just this quiet kind of conversation between the two as the shock of the old man who has rediscovered his wife that he thought dead, and the woman whose mangled hand you can see is now apparently regrown partially from where it had been lost.
Oh, that's fast.
Hmm.
That's not good. Okay.
Roland
Duly
looks
noted.
at that intently with his good eye.
Yeah, duly noted.
These
You know, maybe if we could just cure the curse a little ways in.
No. Yeah. Just wait just long enough.
Get
Yeah.
your eye back.
Roland, make me an insight check.
Yay.
You can do it.
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Roland, from being in here, from seeing the reactions, this woman is putting on a deceptive mask. The other woman is still, one of the women is still unconscious. One of them is kind of crying and seems to not be very appreciative of her state. But this woman before was fighting against her chains, trying to change, and now has changed demeanor.
Hmm.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
no.
kind of sidle up next to Jasira and go, that's the one that,
I remember.
yeah.
We need to make sure he stays away from her.
Yes.
At least some distance.
Hiya. Is it?
Yes, it's my name.
And he kind of looks
step
at you,
over
but is
here for a
constantly
second.
looking back. He walks with you, kind of looking at you, but just constantly turning his head to look back at Abigail.
I am absolutely thrilled to see you reunited with your wife. You do need to understand that we do need to still find a priest to help her.
And Roland, looking over this man, there's an excitement about him, but there's also a caution and a weariness, and he kind of nods.
Yes, of course.
Okay. From what little I know of my reading, this process, the lycanthropic process, is very straining on a system, and so the more young and healthy and with it someone looks, the more complete the process is. The other two probably weren't bitten as long ago.
Well, the other two started out as younger women. There.
And he kind of points to the one who's kind of softly crying.
Her name is Joelle. Her age doesn't look to have changed very much, and... well... the other woman... Chloe. She was about the same age as well. Joelle was another servant within the keep, and Chloe was one of the guards.
How did they come to be here? Are they just in the town?
Yes, they've been in the town. I mean, they both come and go. They spend a lot of time at the keep, but I hadn't even noticed them gone.
How often do you get raided by pirates here?
His demeanor turns a bit darker.
Well, to be honest, being this far out on the Cape, it's common enough in my past years.
And he kind of thinks for a moment.
Well, I have to say, over the past couple years, it's been almost non-existent. We've been fortunate. It used to happen a couple times a year. Now it's been 2, maybe 3 years since the last time I can remember anyone nearby.
I see. Your lady made a great sacrifice to secure that. Unfortunately, she drew other people into making that sacrifice as well.
By the gods, they did this willingly.
We
That
don't
is
know
what Lady Lydia claims.
Oh,
Claimed.
Sovereign, protect us.
I hope they do.
There is a cure out there, isn't there?
You already put your finger on it. Sovereign, protect us. We need to find a priest. And a more experienced one than I.
Well, they've got a full church to the sovereign host, a temple almost in Tantamar. It's a few days' journey down the road.
That may be our best bet.
Tantamar isn't towards Dreadhold, is it?
No, it's the opposite direction.
Cool.
Tantamar is the direction that you all had been kind of traveling in anyway.
But yeah, we were headed for Tantamar and we stopped in this village for supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Side quest.
Yes.
and a cart and potentially some gold.
There is still a cart and horses at the farm.
Yeah.
And Lydia did say she was going to give us some gold.
We were promised
Well, we got
good
some gold
shit
from
after
Lydia.
this.
That bitch Carol Baskin.
She did make those promises, though. This was someone who intended to ambush you, so you're not sure how much, if that is even within her ability.
Before we got the guards, we should have raided the keep.
They didn't
That's
have
what I
secret
said.
You promised.
We should have searched her room before we brought people down through it.
Absolutely.
It's
But yeah.
fine.
Always next
fine.
time that we all get lycanthropy.
As
There
the
would've
guards,
Or maybe next time it'll be
time.
vampirism.
There would have
Oh, there
been
you go.
time
Both at
while me and Jasira went out to collect people.
There you go.
That is fair. There would have been time, and I did say step
Mhm.
one, we loot.
Uh-huh. You did. You did say it.
all right, Roland, you can give me an investigation check if you want. Sure, why not?
Find something good.
I will
Oh,
say
it's
this is the
three.
best retcon. Maybe not the.
I'm
maybe I
pretty
spoke
sure
too
you
soon.
have an inspiration.
Inspiration. You are
Oh my
correct.
gosh, use an inspiration for loot.
Yeah!
Oh.
Oh my
With 30
God.
minutes left in the possession, why not?
Love it.
Now he's gonna make me roll another.
Oh yeah,
save.
no, now you're gonna die.
Roland.
Also, I should have used my inspiration on that con save. Fuck.
I mean, now same. I should have inspirationed on
Well,
her face, and it's
Yeah,
fine.
we'll see if this
Cool.
loot makes a difference.
Maybe it has
Amulet
a
of
scroll
prevent
of cure
lycanthropy.
disease. We can
I'm
only
just gonna have
cure
all
one.
the necklaces. Could be like the guy
Roland.
in the Mummy pulling out all the different holy symbols.
Roland, as you run through her room, you find some beautiful dresses in the dresser.
Those
After
are kind
the
of like
quick
shirts.
change
Give them
out.
the Boko.
You're gonna be so pretty, Roland.
You find a chest on one of the shelves that, opening it up, you find a few bags, 3 bags of 50 gold pieces apiece.
Ooh.
And tucked
I will take 2. The town's gonna need the other one. But we were promised 100 gold.
tucked in a loose board underneath her bed, you find 2 things. One is a small leather box, or a small lead box. The other is a leather bandolier with 3 vials that have this clearish viscous fluid in them.
Is the lead box empty?
You open it up, and it seems to have a similar kind of place to put a spherical object as the lead box you currently have.
Okay, I will pull out Clyde's crusty sock and deposit it in the new lead box so my balls aren't touching.
Okay,
Oh my
so
god.
Also, vastly different.
roll me a
sizes, right?
dexterity check here, Roland, at advantage.
With
How
my-
big was the original lead box?
It's not too big. It's maybe like a small chest. They're about the same size. And Roland, you kind of
Let me
roll.
get that D4 on there since it didn't roll automatically.
You
He's
roll this
collecting the
ball
Dragon Balls.
into the chest and take the second chest with you, kind of having 2 chests that are a little bit unusual to carry, but you can tuck them into Boko's bag of holding if you would like.
Oh,
And
no.
holding on to these, just walking around with these 2 boxes.
I'll
under
I'll
each
pack them into
arm.
my pack.
Okay.
I don't trust them in Boko's bag of holding.
They do take up considerable space in the pack. So it's
Wait, so they're full up chest size, not like
no, they're not
jewelry
chests.
box
They're
size.
jewelry box size, but like in a
But
pack,
large
2
jewelry
jewelry
boxes.
box. Yeah, like it is what, like 8 inches wide by like 4 inches deep, something like that.
oh wow, okay.
You got 2 lunch boxes in your backpack.
It is far more space than the small orb needs.
Yeah.
I'll do it for now, and then later I'll put like a lead divider. I'll like
Build it
take
in.
the lead out of one of the boxes and use it to put dividers in the other box, and then have the orbs sitting in there for when I inevitably collect more, since now there's more than one of them.
All right. But yeah, for now you kind of
But like
stow them
8 or
away.
9.
So you grabbed the 2 bags of gold, the additional lead box, and then there was the bandolier of
Bandolier
these
with 3 vials.
Yep, vials filled with this fluid. And I'll say with that investigation check, the bandolier would have had a small parchment with it as well. The parchment is some hastily written ingredients that seem to be different herbs or reagents.
Okay. I will take this out to the people who know how to brew shit and let them take a look at it.
Boko,
I do have-
sniff this.
I have alchemy tools.
Yeah.
Hey, you can make a check with alchemy tools.
I'm willing to bet that it's a potion that helps control lycanthropy.
I would love to make a check with some alchemy tools if I have time. Let's give it a shot.
With guidance.
Oh,
Need it?
good.
Would herbalism do anything or not?
So
I
with it,
imagine it would help.
I mean, you can roll an herbalism check if you want. Jasira.
I'd like to, because I'd rather not waste having advantage just in case. Oh, I don't need it.
Between the two of you, you kind of looking over these ingredients, they are some of them are more rare ingredients and difficult to find, and some of them are kind of common herbs such as rosemary and sage, and some of them are kind of medicinal herbs such as king's foil. What you kind of put together looking at this and with the context, this actually seems to be a lycanthropy cure.
No way.
Are you fucking serious?
Ooh.
Let's go. Let's go. Check it out.
Cure.
Cure.
Okay.
Definitely.
Boko and Jasira looking at each other, back at the paper, back at each other, back at the paper. This is gonna be good. Okay.
Okay, so has this been shared?
Well, I would assume once we figure it out, we're gonna tell you.
You gonna tell us that
Okay.
you have a cure for this shit?
You're gonna
Check it
tell
out.
you're gonna tell the room of 4 lycanthropes that we have 3 vials of a cure.
And the recipe.
Well, we have the
That's fair.
recipe, which is important. Yeah.
In my alchemical knowledge, does it seem like these vials are or are potentially an outcome of what this recipe
Yes.
would be?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So what I'm hearing though is we could potentially help the 3 that are here, and then we can go figure out our own shit if we
Get
want
the
to.
townspeople to bring us these ingredients if they have them.
Yes.
Well, that would be good too.
that's a
If you
good
tell
step one.
Clyde what they are, Clyde can go amongst the guards and the farmers asking.
Share the ingredients list.
Yeah.
Just mix in all the things that you need to build a bang up still in this town as well.
I
So
was
we'll
just
leave them-
asking some pieces of copper. Any copper piping you got, it's gonna be real important.
I have alembics. I can make potions.
Yeah.
The thing is, we would need some for us.
Yeah.
Is the problem. So
Yep.
if maybe me and Cade can go out and look for some. I don't know if we can find the rare ones necessarily, but they might have some rare ones in stock here, maybe like a general store or something like that. But we could definitely go find the common ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Boko, go ahead and
But-
give me a survival check at advantage, and Clyde, you can give me a persuasion check at advantage.
There's also just like getting people working on a common project together is one of the best ways to prevent panic. And
Yeah.
preventing panic is one of the best
It's
ways
like,
to prevent us
We
being
have
harmed.
a solution. We have a
I
goal.
think
Let's
I
go.
have
We got this.
inspiration, and I might as well
Yep.
fucking use it for this.
I also think it's important that we make the lycanthropes that are chained up choose. Because that
Ooh.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
steal it. I'm gonna steal the inspiration from Cade, and I'm gonna roll that persuasion again.
yoink.
Yoinkity doink.
One more.
Actually, can Jasira also help find the herbs? Would that be cool?
Dude,
Yeah.
Boko and Jasira carrying the fucking team right now.
More
Except
hands
for in
make light
combat.
work.
Boko is worthless in combat.
No. You take the crits for everyone else.
I soak all the crits.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be the tank, guys.
Well,
I'm
doing
supposed to
great.
be.
So well.
say that to the dice.
Do you hear that, DM? I'm not supposed to be the tank.
Hey, I didn't make decisions to rush in, but
It worked out.
Oh.
I didn't choose to be ambushed.
And then I am curious if we can roll one better. Because I gotta get rid of it. That's okay, 16. We'll do that.
Hell yes, we're starting an inquisition in this town.
No one
Go
expects
for
the
it, like-
Boko Inquisition.
Literally, we are
Actually,
trying to
okay.
be helpful in the best way we know how. By not becoming werewolves.
okay. So the recipe has these 6 ingredients on it. From moving out and going through, you get plenty of rosemary and sage. There is lots of it around for as much as you need. Boko and Cade and Jasira are able to move out and find enough kingsfoil and are able to find enough milkweed seeds for 3 additional doses. However, mandrake root is extremely rare, and bloodgrass is also fairly rare, and those 2 you're not able to locate or procure.
If Clyde asks any of the people, do they?
Oh, actually,
think there would
I'll
be
say
any...
I'll say with the persuasion roll, you get we'll say enough bloodgrass for 2 uses. So 2 uses
It's a-
from the bloodgrass, 3 from the milkweed seeds, and enough kingsfoil, sage, and rosemary to cover you for as many as you want.
Clyde would like to ask if they think the Tantamar would be more likely to have these in stock.
They tell you that Tantamar is larger, and so they'll definitely have a higher likelihood for many ingredients. Bloodgrass is common enough used for many potions, as it's kind of a core component for healing potions, and so it's around and common, but somewhat expensive in a place like Tantamar. They tell you that for the mandrake, it grows naturally in the ice needle forest, and so Tantamar could have some, but having you guys put together that having enough for all of you plus using the 3 cures that you have would be tricky, and it's going to take some time.
Okay.
All of that is
When does
correct
Clyde
except the
know
king's
when-
foil. You've got ample king's foil.
Oh, dope. Okay.
Does Clyde know when the next full moon is? Because this was the end of a 4-day stretch of full moons.
Yes, Clyde would know. The next full moon today is the 22nd of. Oh wait, no. Oops, I forgot to change that. Today is the 23rd of Nim. And the next full moon is a full moon of the moon Siphoros, which happens on the 27th. So in 4 days.
Rip?
Yeah, we'll let the party know that. And we're 2 days away from the next town, right?
You're 2 days away from Rich Deep. It'd be a heavy travel to get to Tantamar in 4 days, but it's possible. But it would take you'd have to leave soon, and you'd have to travel quite a bit.
We do have a wagon.
We do have a wagon. And horses.
And one of them may also have a priest.
That'd be good.
But I'm really going to leave this up to the ones infected, using the 3 on the women here.
I mean,
I think
so
we can handle
as far
ourselves.
as far as the ones infected go, like we all got bit.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know whether we're infected or not.
That's true. So therefore, perhaps the potions should go to them.
I was like,
Should they
Clyde
take
is
it?
definitely erring on the side of caution.
Yeah,
I think we can
like-
take care of ourselves should we need to worry.
I feel like we should let the true lichens currently decide
Yes.
to be cured or not. Otherwise, we have to execute them.
Mm-hmm.
And Lydia did say, I didn't hear it, but Lydia did say that you have to choose. I don't know if that means you chose to join the coven, or if you have to choose to accept the curse. It can't be that simple, can it?
No.
I don't think it's that simple, because why would one just be bawling in the cell? I don't think she wanted to.
I think the choice comes with the choosing to learn to control it and to convert
correct.
at will. I agree that we take the 3 that we have and we offer them to the townsfolk.
Mm-hmm.
Or not to the townsfolk, but to the 3 chained up women, and say basically the only way out of those chains is drinking this vial.
Yeah.
And because the other thing is, again, we don't know who's infected and who isn't, so we need 7 vials.
Correct.
Because we don't know if Cade or Sindri failed a Constitution save off on their side of the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Clyde
really
is
don't
the
wanna
only
deal...
one that feels secure knowing that he's not a werewolf.
Yep. And I really
you
don't
said
want to deal
nope.
with a mini giant werewolf.
Oh my god, no.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or a wet werewolf.
Oh,
wet
no.
werewolf.
Smells like a wet
What?
dog.
Oh, worse.
Has a breath attack.
I will
Dance in
say,
your
as
face.
you guys offer up these cures to the 3 women down there, Joelle is very much willing and takes the cure immediately, as she's kind of weeping and kind of fills you in on some of the things about how she regrets deciding to go down this path, how she didn't realize what it was going to be like, and kind of seeing it as a curse for that. And her and Abigail start to argue back and forth as Abigail starts to reveal more of her nature, kind of claiming about how it is a blessing. And when you kind of give her the ultimatum of that's the only way that she's getting out of the chains, she kind of spits and says, I would rather die with my queen. And Kanaya is kind of there, just kind of begging her to take the curse, but she is adamantly refusing and kind of putting all of that stock into the things that had happened to her, the power that she's given, the youth and beauty and strength that it has granted her. And there is that ferocity that has kind of come out.
The husband's not down here anymore, is he?
If
he is, Clyde will
He
try
said he
and
is.
just bring him outside, upstairs, and away.
It would have been a lot to get him out of there. He's been kind of eyes on her the entire time.
Clyde's
it would
gonna
take a lot.
try.
You can
Maybe
either
he should see this.
you can
Yeah,
either
he
roll
might
me a
need to.
persuasion or intimidation check if you want to try
Yeah.
and get him out of there. But
Maybe
he's
he
going
should
to
see
want to
this.
stay.
He could,
And then for the third woman, she is unconscious and unresponsive, even upon trying to get her back to consciousness.
oh, a natural 1. I think he punches Clyde.
Is that really?
Oh, there goes your legendary resistance tooth.
Yeah. He just looks at you and, I don't know what you're doing with my wife, but I'm staying down here by her side no matter what. We will convince her to take the cure. I promise.
Well,
Okay.
Guess we gotta do it now.
Roland, there is
alright.
definitely no silverware in this keep.
Okay. Worth a shot.
Yeah, no,
No,
absolutely.
No. You have an empty sock. Fill it with silver coins.
Okay, so Joel, good.
Then, while all this is going on, I'm going to take Sindri aside and see if he can pop down to the blacksmith with some of the silver coins I took off of Lydia and
There you go.
make one of my daggers silvered.
Oh,
Okay.
Smart.
So yeah, I will
Because
say
I
silver
want to-
coins on their own don't have enough silver content. That's why she was able to carry them without any ill effects. But taking them and using a blacksmith to try and silver the dagger is a good idea. And I will go ahead and roll for him on that.
Oh, if only he
Because I
still had
want
his
to
silver
give-
pillar to hit things with.
I want to give-
I do have that actually.
Oh, put it on the end of a stick.
We have taken the silver off of it, so
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
I
in.
want to give any of the werewolves that we can't let out a clean death. And non-magical attacks or repetitive gunshots is not a clean death.
Yeah.
And also, this way, I can go full Witcher and have 2 blades on my back.
that is kind of sick.
1 silver, 1 steel. Both are for monsters.
Beautiful.
Okay, so yeah, with
Oh,
a 22, I accidentally clicked it twice, but the 22
Oh, okay.
is there. He is able to take one of the daggers and silver it for you, though it does. If you go down this path, it will take a few hours, making it less likely that you can get to Tantamar within the 4 days.
Ah. So, if we could do this while we're doing all the ingredient gathering, while everyone else was off doing that.
Regardless, it is faster to find some plants in the woods than it is to go through a process of coating a weapon in silver. You can certainly do it, but it just it increases the DC to get to Tantamar in 4 days if you want to try and do that still.
We're gonna need a silver dagger.
Okay.
We're gonna need
if the
silver
next
dagger.
full moon
That's fair.
comes around.
Absolutely.
We're gonna need it for our friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, we should take the chains.
I'll be honest, I probably got it. I failed like all those con saves, man. I passed one. I'm a
That was the one you
lycanthrope.
I did get bit, but I'm pretty sure I did well in that con save.
But did you do well enough?
That's a question.
I don't know. I think it was like
Is the number
20.
on the con save just the number of days until it takes effect?
Eh.
Dude, I'm
No,
done.
why did you say that? If he wasn't thinking that, he is now.
So
Ooh, that's genius.
back to Chloe, who is unconscious. What are you guys doing with her before we get to Abigail?
Does she seem unconscious because she's injured? Is that what's going on?
She looks like she's in a coma. She's taken injuries, but
Oh.
they've mostly healed over at this point.
Okay. Anyone know how to fix a coma?
A good night's sleep.
Well, we don't know how many nights sleep she's had.
And Greta kind of looks at you all. I still would like to stay here. If you want to leave one vial with me, I can wait and see if she comes to, and then give her the choice.
That works.
That's okay.
That just leaves Abigail.
Abigail.
As Roland comes back down the stairs with a silver dagger.
Alright, you got your choice.
I'm ready.
The choice has been made. Unfortunately, is the husband down here still?
The husband
Yes.
is
Yeah.
currently still down here. Clyde is trying to convince him to leave, but he is
Yeah,
very abstinent about staying with his wife.
As he should be.
He should be, yeah. We need him to convince her. Maybe, I don't know, married things.
We need to give him a chance.
Yeah.
We need to lay it out for him, though.
Mm-hmm.
If he can't convince her, then she needs to die.
Because she's a liability, amongst other things.
And she's a zealot at this point.
Yeah.
So you're letting him go up and try and talk to her?
Yeah.
All right.
We need him to convince her.
Trying not to let him within 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He certainly doesn't argue about that.
Well, that's good.
Kanaya walks up and kind of with Jasira still on his side, looks over at Abigail, her brow kind of furrowed, anger there. Listen, my love. I know the strength. It feels good. And I know this is what you want. That you and Mariah and Lydia had the best intentions for all of us here within the town. But it's over now. These people, they are going to kill you. If you don't take this vial. And even if they don't, even if you had the strength to break free and leave, the church would hunt you down, and you'd be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life. It wouldn't be freedom, it would be terror. A ferocity and a wild lifestyle that I know you don't want. Please. Come home with me, and though our bodies may be frail, our spirits can fly. The words of this old man kind of hang in the air. And there is this standoff for a moment. But then the hard exterior of Abigail breaks. Her body kind of going limp. Her face relaxing. Just this wave of exhaustion that she had been holding in as she stood strong and straight just comes over her. And tears begin to kind of form in her eyes. I'm not sure if I can go back to that life, can I? Now that I've tasted this again. But for you, I'll try. And who is giving her the cure?
Anaya.
You
Roland
hand
takes the knife.
That's right.
You hand over the last vial. And Kanaya comes up and tips it over into her mouth. And Cade and Boko's close eyes watch her mouth, just in case she had anything planned to try and keep it. But she seems to swallow the cure, swayed by her husband's words. Thankfully, he rolled high.
Oh, thank fuck.
And now Roland comes down the stairs with the knife. All right.
There you go.
I was convinced she was gonna spit it in his face.
Dude, I
It
mean,
would have been low.
kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very close. It was a high DC, and he rolled a natural 18.
Oh, thank God.
Damn.
Good for
The
them.
old
Man got the riz.
It's the old man charisma, huh, Clyde?
It was
But
good
you
work, Ryan.
all, having finished your work here for the most part, and leaving it with more the townspeople with more knowledge of what had been going on, you pack up the wagon and begin to head off on your journey to try and see if you can make some cures for your own party who may potentially be infected. and begin to travel up the road towards Tantamar. And with that, we'll go ahead and end our session there, and we will pick up on the road to Tantamar next week. And so I thank you all for joining us, and we'll close out here with a another brief exposition. I can get it up.
The swarm was strong, but through our bond of unity, we have reigned supreme. It is only an initial foothold, and the larger battles still lay ahead. But it is the first time we have been on our home soil, Mahas. And the Templar are energized in a way I have never seen them before. Still, Zaratai's warning lingers with me, like a whisper I can't fully hear nor dismiss. And I hope that he is still here somewhere. But even if not, I must try and find him. I know not what it means nor who he speaks of, and yet I feel as though nightmares are growing on the edge of us. A darkness that could swallow all of us whole.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.